like I do. Let the love it out the air. Be like I do. Boop 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 boop. They have no choice in the world. Hey, I don't know all the words to this Chloe Bailey's new song, but it's your man Rico. What's up? I just put my clothes in the dryer, and so I probably got like 30 minutes, I think, to talk to y'all. If y'all got a minute. David Brown, man, what's up, stranger? Have about like 30 minutes to talk about, to talk to y'all. So, and it's still really nice out here, and I think after I get my clothes out of the dryer, I'm gonna head up to my beloved Boomer Jackson, grab a shot of. They have some delicious fajita chicken quesadillas. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. That's a little Friday night snack. But anyway, let y'all come on here. Y'all know I'm all over the place. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Rico the Opinionist. I know this page is more like Rico and His Opinions. I changed the name, but it's still me. Let's see. I have like 3 topics. I'm gonna run through them. But I want to vet them out thoroughly. So, and the first one is on my mind because you keep seeing it on TV. And let me start off by saying shout out to the students at Grambling State University. I'll, I guess, save it more before I get to my Howard topic. But yeah, shout out to them and what they're trying to do. It has been a long time, Dave. Hold on, I'm trying to get this thing right here. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm about to drop stuff. Shout out to the students at Grambling State University. As they go through some adversity. And they've begun the process of healing, and they had a parade today and to say no more shooting, stop the violence and all of that. And they were on their Instagram. I saw it on the Instagram page. And on Grambling State University 1901, something like that. And they had a little march, pretty cool, but a lot of symbolic things. And I look forward to hearing more activities that they may have planned to try to get past this and try to create something that'll be more of a permanent system put in place to try to ensure even further that something like what happened at this past homecoming won't happen again at a homecoming or just in regular everyday life on campus. And I want to continue to encourage the students to be encouraged. And number 2, look out for one another. Continue to look out for one another. And this is what I wrote on the page. I said, this is great. Now go out there and meet somebody you have not met on your campus this semester, or since you've been a student at Grambling State University. If there's a student there that you don't know, walk up to him or her and say, hello, my name is, and ask them where you're from. Because that's a lot of stuff that we did in the 90s when I was a student at Grambling State University. And I'm sure some of those who were in the late 80s turning into the 90s, I'm sure they did that. And the reason I want to encourage that, because that builds a type of familiarity and camaraderie on the campus. We can go back and understand the history of the HBCUs. We are a family. We're close-knit families. We were thrust together. We had to be together. And we liked it. There was no problems. You get to meet people from all over the country who look just like you, but, different mores and folkways, because they're from different states and different cities, and some of them different countries and different islands. But even though we have the technology today, put the damn phone down, close the laptop, and go out and meet somebody you have not met. What's up, Marcus? Go out and meet somebody. So students, if y'all can get this to the young people, get outside of your dorm, of your apartments. Come outside the CAF, meet in front of the CAF and the student union from between 4 o'clock and 7:30 p.m. meet each other, greet each other, just say hello. You know what I'm saying? So, and walk about campus, make it a home, because what it is for the next 4 years, your home. So anyway, and I like to believe that would add to the process of being individually responsible for your own security, as well as create a protective covering over fellow students. Because when you know somebody you're familiar with, you won't let anything happen to them. That sound about right, y'all? So that's why I like to encourage. So they already got the curfews and all that stuff, but still, the students need to get to know each other if they don't know each other. Michael D. Smith, what's good, bro? Okay, so let me get to my 3 topics as these damn cars roll by. My first topic was this little singer, or the second or fourth coming of Beyonce. Her name is Chloe Bailey. David said, you and Kano Phillips were great at doing that. Well, thank you, Dave. I tried to enjoy my years when I was there, a young person on the campus, and getting to know new people. I admit I could have been better at it, but you know, as you get older, you know better, and there's no harm in saying hello to people you never met. And I want to encourage that to any student who attends HBCU, as well as PWI, but something special about HBCU. Come outside your dorms. Come outside the CAF. Come outside the student union, or go inside the student union. Because we used to hang out with each other inside the student union. There's the bowling alley. We used to play cards in the snack room. They have a big old area. It's so many places where they can just say hi. I'm not saying they're not doing it, but I need them to increase it. How about that? So I want to encourage them to increase it. So let me get to my first topic. And you know, well, hell, I'm already talking about Grambling. Let me say that for later. Let me go into Howard University. All right, so I'm talking about Grambling. I'm talking about HBCU, so I may as well segue into HBCU. Are y'all familiar? Are y'all aware that Howard University students have been staging a protest all week? They are protesting the conditions of the dormitories, and I'm hearing that the water in the dorms or what have you, it's like sludge. It's not healthy, and I'm hearing reports that, hold on, I'm gonna get across this damn street. I'm hearing that the administration doesn't want to meet with them. The administration is kind of shutting them down. Don't want to have a town hall meeting. I mean, like they're just treating them like, you know, renters with no rights. And would you say, Marcus, I have, and they here in Maryland? Okay. And so they're kind of upset about it, and the word is getting out, and the administration don't want them to talk about it. Reportedly, allegedly, the administration doesn't want them to talk about it because they say it'll shine a negative light. Doesn't that sound familiar, Gramblingites? But the Howard University administrative president on down and want the students to talk about this, but then yet they don't want to meet with them because reportedly, allegedly, according to what I read, the president said, well, you know how this thing went last time? When they met, had a town hall meeting with the students, it got out of hand. And but what the hell has that got to do with the price of tea in China? Right, y'all? So the thing is, I just find it ironic that they're going through all of that stuff. And let me get into my petty moment for a minute at the expense of making an observation. Observation number one, Howard University has probably one of the highest university endowments than any university endowment at any HBCU. They have close to almost like $500 million. They have about $300 to $400 million in endowment, and Grambling only has $4.6 million. Damn. Phew. We need to make some friends. And so, and also, in the Howard University, with a lot of these celebrities and all of these famous people, didn't Kamala Harris come from Howard University? You know, Kamala, the vice president of the United States of America, where she used Howard as a measurement of her genetic makeup. Because she went to Howard and pledged a black sorority, she She told everybody she was black only because she is enrolled in a black college, and people bought it and they called her black. So you have a vice president of the United States, vice president. She's a member of a worldwide sorority. And then you have the Democratic president where all these people got out and stomped and voted and got the vote out. Yet they cut $45 billion for HBCU funding. Then you have other celebrities who are members of the Alumni Association, yet they're complaining about dorm conditions. Isn't that ironic? So I just find it amazing. And not to say they don't deserve better living quarters. I'm just saying, Daniel Jack, what's up? D-Bows, what it do? I'm just saying, I just find it amazing. Y'all, Howard University came out in full blast, all the AKAs all over the world, especially at Howard University. Yeah, my sister. They all came out to support Kamala. And they're complaining about living conditions? Come on. Don't get me started on their ugly attitude about Dr. Cosby and her Queen Highness, Miss Felicia Rashad, only because she expressed her happiness about Dr. Cosby being released for what she believes in. He wasn't supposed to be jailed in the first place. And they came out and talked crazy about that lady. Now, I'm not saying all of the students at Howard University did this. I'm not saying all of the administrators were down with this. I'm just saying the feminists, they had the big mouths when Dr. Cosby was first released, and then they started attacking Felicia Rashad. So I'm just saying, Howard University, I mean, everything's supposed to be all gravy. You got the vice president of the United States as a proud, quote, black, unquote, alumni of Howard. So what are y'all doing having issues with your drinking water and raggedy dorms and supposed to be rodents and stuff everywhere? I know at the risk of sounding petty, but making an observation. So that's why, I don't want anything to happen to any students, but Howard University, they've been lauded as the mountaintop of HBCUs. So, but I understand it's probably like a caste or a class system there at Howard. Those who feel all high and mighty, they're the ones who do all the talking. Well, everybody else just trying to pay their tuition and make it through there. I get that. So I'm not the Mecca. Want to call it the Mecca? Thank you, Marcus Suter. The Mecca of HBCUs, allegedly, reportedly, according to some people's opinions. As long as there's a Grambling State University, I don't know about anybody else's place being the Mecca. However, so. Damn, they can't call Kamala on the phone? I'm not going to mention it again. I'm just saying it. Joe Biden, who cut $45 billion HBCU budget, now, y'all can't call your Democratic God, your king, your master, your president to come in on this? That's what they call, that's what they call it here in the DMV? Mm-hmm. I understand, brother. But anyway, I just found it to be kind of rather curious that they're having those kind of issues at Howard University. With all that star power, you got Diddy, you got half of the directors, you got all of that is Black Hollywood. They've gone through that place, and so they couldn't have just sent an email to one of those hundreds and thousands of alumni there who've gone there with all the money and access to politics and access to revenue, access to profits. None of them could have commented. I don't understand. With the more than $300 million endowment at Howard, what's going on there? Is Howard like, I don't understand. They're not supposed to be having those problems. But anyway, they're protesting. Maybe something's about the school is going to be shown to us that we've never seen. Maybe, I've in 2015 when I visited D.C. for the Million Man's reunion or anniversary or what have you, I walked down the street where Howard is on. I saw a lot of suburban white people jogging up and down that street. So it lets me know that Howard is not as, well, I guess it's become historically black. Because presently, I think it's up to like 30% Caucasians or whatever. And so, I don't know, I just don't understand. So y'all got to let me know what's going on at Howard now. Because, they're not supposed to be having these problems, all this star power they have. Marcus says gentrified now. I know. I get it. Coach East, what's up, my man? I know it's gentrified. But okay. I don't want anything bad to happen to Howard. I don't wish anything less on them. I'm just asking questions. Hey, y'all work together to put in a lady whose genetics was defined by her college admission. A lady whose genetics was defined by her being a part of a black sorority. Her genetics, I didn't know they can do that. Say if I'm white and I join a black fraternity that makes me black, where they do that at? I guess they can do that. Kamala Harris pulled it off. And got 200,000 plus Divine Nine folks behind it. And why aren't they getting with Kamala and rectifying this thing before the next week is out? But anyway, let me just stop. That was my observation at the risk of sounding petty moment. So let me move on. But good luck, Howard. I'm pulling for you because you're still HBCU. Y'all just get your head out your ass and recognize we're all in this together. Number 2. Now can I move on to Chloe Bailey? I watched a nice chunk of her interview on the Breakfast Club, and I just saw something of her sitting at a Atlanta Hawks game or some game in Atlanta with this little rapper by the name of Gunna, because he sent some tweets her way flirting with her, and based on her performance at one of these recent award shows, American Music Awards, MTV Awards, where she supposedly licked the mic. And then, you know, her new video has been out a while. Lord, have mercy, boo, boo, doo, boo, 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 da, boo, 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 boo. That's the song I was humming when I first came onto this live. And we want to talk about acts of desperation. You know, movie production companies, studios, they all, when they put a package together and they put a product together, they try to, you know, present you in a way in which they try to make you a sellable product. And so, in all these record labels, they have pop, they have soul, they have hip hop, they have what's called divisions, urban, pop, and soul. So, I guess as they're trying to present her, they're trying to make her as urban as possible, or as hood as possible. And I don't care for it, because I've seen her before this new NIGGA form of her. I saw the way she interviewed, and she's kind of goofy, 23 years old, so she's not a child, she's not a young girl, but she's a Disney kid. Her, Chloe and Halle are Disney girls. Clean cut, come from a clean cut family, good looking people. So, the disrespect that I want to express here is that when everybody wants to appeal to the black audience, they have to be presented as ragged and torn and ignorant and as niggas. I've been black a long time. And if you want to appeal to me, you didn't have to break your English, put some dumbass blonde ropes, braids in your head, sag your pants, put tattoos on your neck, sound as if you've been picking cotton all day when you speak, express how many baby mamas you got, or how you can twerk your booty cheeks, or how much penis you can take as a female. That's not appearing to me as a black man, because that's not my black. My black is Frederick Douglass. My black is Marcus Garvey. My black is Harriet. I come from a dignified line of black. Now this nigga that they try to tell all the black artists who want to get into rap and hip hop and all that to appeal to people who look like me, everyone should be offended. And whenever we see her, we should like, you know what, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Chloe Bailey. You know, you can sing, sing. But you'd rather get these little urban and hip-hop producers give you those beats, and then you dance with your little flubby booty. Yeah, you thick, but you jiggly thick. You need to get your ass in 24-hour fitness, Chloe Bailey. You know, and let these black dudes say, man, little mama thick. But you qualify to be with what's called upper echelon white guys. You're gonna pretend that you ain't into them, but you're a Disney girl. See, white men and men of higher value and class don't like thick-ass, flubby chicks. And I mean, but y'all don't see it right now. I'm just telling y'all. Nuh-uh, she thick. She shaking her ass for all the black folks now. Yeah. It's called a package. It's called, what do you call it? Just presenting something here. That's not what she's into. And when her sister gets her boyfriend, you'll see. When she gets her boyfriend, you'll see. But everybody knows if you got to dumb down the IQ, raggedy up the clothes, mess up the teeth, stick a bunch of hair pieces in a bowl of a bucket of Skittles flavor-colored water and come out looking like a jackass, that's what you sell to black folks. Break your English up, lower your IQ, make sure there are some baby mothers, put a bunch of goddamn tattoos everywhere. Hey, Tiffany Sugar. You make sure you do that, then you're perfect for the black community, for the urban market. And I don't like that. It's not because I'm 52, graduated with undergrad and graduate school degree and worked in my field for at least 24 years. But when I was young, I didn't care for nigger. I didn't care for nigger. Maybe because I grew up in the inner city. And there's some good times and fun times, but that's not the times I wanted to have when I'm in my adult life. Because it was like that because I had no control of it. I was a kid. I was a teenager. But once I told my mom, once I went to Grambling State University, I would be no longer push, pull, lifting, and dragging. And if I could help it, I'm not going to be around nigger. That behavior, because that's not my genetics, that's not my race. And anybody that claims that, you're stupid. And you're being disingenuous to your hard-working grandmothers, your hard-working grandfathers, your hard-working mother and father. No, nigger is not who we are. But that's what all the record labels like to do when they bring out a musical artist that's black, knowing that he or she's way bigger and better than that behavior. That's why I appreciate people like Whitney Houston, her image. Because in real life, she struggled hard. Whitney Houston went for the N-word. She did. She didn't have to do it, but, that's what a lot of us think that's what we're supposed to be if we're black. That's not true. There are other blacks who are successful, who behave, who don't speak broken English, and they're just as black as all of us. They believe in our causes and what we call it, but I don't like it when they try to take someone who's obviously suburban raised, suburban born like a Chloe Bailey, and she just goes all in. And first thing she want to do is take her clothes off and bend over, put her face down, ass up in the air, and then she gets her silly behind on Instagram and cry tears about people talking about her presenting this slut image and the whore image. I'm not a slut, I'm not a whore. That's who I am. I always dance provocatively. Oh, really? And I understand people who grew up in the suburbs and all that want to be curious about what they do in the hood. That's why you go down on the weekends, play basketball, eat out the soul food restaurants, and take your ass back to peace and quiet when by the time it gets dark. A lot of us still do that now. But that's not who you are. That's people's economic situations. But one thing about economic situations, you can change them. But one thing is free dignity and self-respect. I grew up poor. Food stamps, welfare, domestic violence, and the foolishness. But you know what my single mother, always instilled in me, as well as my black junior high school always instilled in me, self-awareness and self-respect. My mother always said this to me. I don't care if you were born and raised in a barn. You don't have to look nor act like an animal. And I kept that with me all of my life. See, I can say I'm from the inner city and the hood and people not believe it. Yeah, I walked around every day doing the same thing, not in that behavior. And guess what? I got called out for it. Like, wow, I was called little professor and you're going to be a preacher one day, you know, because I didn't act like, I guess, everybody in the quote-unquote hood. And I'm not saying I act better, but my mom had already trained us, just because you are in a jungle, you don't have to act like an animal. That's right. And so when I say yeah, I'm from the hood or whatever, it's not a badge of honor. I don't try to promote that. But did I pick up a lot of cool stuff about living in the inner city? Of course I did. The music, the food, the camaraderie and all of that, but the backwards thinking and the physical assault that we do on ourselves when we grew up in the hood, the tattoos and the scars and the markings and the fighting and the anger and I ain't pick up on none of that shit. And so Chloe Bailey, you know, who actually has the complexion for the protection, she's choosing to be marketed that way. But Chloe Bailey, if you're going to be marketed that way as a twerker, as someone who wants to shake her little flubbery booty, like she got a big butt, she got shaky breasts and shaky arms. Tone up, little mama, you ain't number 23. What you doing being so jiggly? If you trying to be naked and shit, people they like it firm but soft. You know, we don't like shit moving like that. So lose about 20 pounds, firm it up, then come on out. Because look, I ain't finna tell you what to do. I tried to tell you the Instagram thing, but obviously you listening to your management, Beyonce and her mom and all that stuff, which, hey, to each his own. But because I don't mind young girls bending over, grabbing their ankles and making that thing twerk. I don't have a problem, especially attractive young women. Doesn't matter because she's light-skinned and biracial. Or biracial looking. She can be a dark-skinned cutie too, because a lot of them, shout out to Imani. Woo! Yeah, so, you know, they can be dark-skinned and bend over and shaking their ass, but please, don't expect me that when I see you, I'm looking at you with my eyeballs, and I'm looking at you through my penis. That's what you are advertising to, my penis. Eric Cromedy, what's up? GV Trot, what's good? So y'all see what I'm saying? So ladies who want to go in the music business, you let you're black, you want to let this record labels slut you out to sell CDs when you actually have talent like a Chloe Bailey. She can play instruments. I mean, she's singing her ass off. She's good. Hey, Mary Max, good. I called you back earlier. And so, anyway, I just want to say good luck with all that. Claude Brown, what'd it do? So so Chloe, do you? I'm just saying. I still take offense to all these record labels when they want to advertise or present to black folks. They have to dumb them down and make them a nigger, and I don't like that. Why can't she just be an intelligent black artist singing good songs? You know, because she can sing up there with like a Whitney Houston if she was produced by L.A. Reid and Babyface or Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis or Burt Bacharach. She has that kind of voice that can make her put up there with the Barbra Streisands and the Arethas and the Whitneys and the Gladys Knights. Instead, she want to be down there with the these little non-singing ass girls. Boo ba doo boo boo, ba ba boo doo boo boo boo, boo boo ba da ba boo. You know, just anyway, I digress. And my third topic is, well, no, I hadn't seen Condoleezza Rice. When the last time y'all saw, any one of y'all saw Condoleezza Rice? She was the what was she? Secretary of State or something under George Bush? And people used to think that was his little girlfriend. Paul Mooney referred to Condoleezza Rice as George Bush's little black girlfriend. That damn, rest in peace, Paul Mooney. Man. But she was an accomplished pianist, very smart lady. She has iconic legs. Whew. And that gap tooth is more popular than Michael Strahan's gap tooth. That's how we know who she is. But she was on The View this week. Yesterday, I think. And they were on the topic of critical race theory, right? And she gave the conservative right their little applause or their little, Yeah, Mary Max asked, have you spoken on the HU student protest? Yeah, I did that first, Mary Max. And this is what she said. And that's how it's pretty much was echoing across the country when it comes to these conservatives, especially the white ones, but the black ones who want to get their butter biscuits, who act like that, they say the same thing. She said, I think that black children are beautiful in their blackness. They should learn everything about being black, and it should empower them. But in the process of them learning who they are, white people should not feel bad about being white. I said, there you go with that shit again. You should have stayed where you were, Condoleezza. First of all, how come one cares about the Germans and the Nazis when the Jews are telling their truth about the Holocaust? And how is the truth hurting people's feelings? See, critical race theory has nothing to do with junior high school, middle school. It is something that's taught on a college level, a lot of times in law school. It has nothing to do with it. I don't care how many times you tell these people. But one thing about people who are up front or in charge or who dominate a system or systematically, they ain't finna play with y'all. They're not going to allow you to tell them what they done. Because if truth was allowed to freely be shot and taught to the children, all that does is add more ammunition to the request and demand for reparations for 400 years of of slavery and a broken promissory note. Shout out to Dr. King. You know, as he said, they wrote this check and it came back blank. It came back marked. It bounced and came back marked insufficient funds. Insufficient funds. Doing his I Have a Dream speech. That's what the speech was about, reparations. You made a promise you were going to repair the damage that you had done, America. You sent out this little check, but it came back rubber stamp, insufficient funds. And so they don't want to talk about anything that reminds white people of how terrible they've been to black people. Don't throw no damn Native Americans in there. Because they've gotten all the reparations they're going to get. And continue to get stuff, but we still have yet to be, for a repair to be done for the horror of the Ma'at. Of the Ma'at. Of the great Sankofa. But we can talk about everybody else's stuff, and I'm going to segue into something that's going on right now here in Dallas-Fort Worth, over in Carrollton. I'm going to say it again. Let you know how we keep getting pushed to the back of the line, trying to play this race game, something that we didn't even create, but we try to act like we're so evolved and so intelligent, we know all about the race game, and, you know, people are people. And people, that happened years ago. But, you know, what's happening right now in Carrollton ISD, there's a big controversy going on. Some parents or some people have offered what's called an opposing view to the Holocaust, the Jewish Holocaust, and they are pissed. Did y'all hear what I said? Somebody had the nerve to bring an opposing view, like question the Holocaust and bring some information that could cause a debate about it. And they are so upset. I guess quote unquote regular white folks don't want critical race theory to talk about their history of how they mistreated everybody black for 400 years, free labor for nothing. Then it didn't end after 1865. Y'all give me one more 100 years called Jim Crow. 1865 to 1965, they had Jim Crow. Legalized segregation, but all that while telling black folks you can't sit here, you can't work here, you can't go here. If you come here, you got to sit upstairs in the balcony while white folks get to sit at the bottom of the theater, back of the bus. We were still paying taxes. Still paying taxes in this country. If anything, if we get some of these little lazy ass black lawyers to get focused, or to join in with Lee Merritt and Ben Crump, if we can get some more of these little cowardly black lawyers to join in with these lawyers to say, hey, if not anything else, let's sue for the taxes that was paid for 100 years by our grandparents and great-grandparents. Even though they was being legally segregated against, but they still were paying taxes that went to white neighborhoods, white schools, and all that while they were educated in squalor. Come on, somebody. And then when they tried to, I guess, integrate it like there was a solution, your boy Joe Biden said, hell no, I don't want my kids going to no racial jungle. I ain't finna go no integrated school. Me busting in my school. Yeah, y'all knew I was gonna throw in a Biden racist fact, right? And so, or factoid. So, the Jews have fixed it in this country where you can't even question it. And there's a lot of questions that's around that so-called Holocaust. But at the same time, Jews and everybody else can question the Great Ma'at. They can question the Sankofa, the transatlantic slave trade. Well, you know, it was Africans that sold their own people. And, we don't know how it was. So you can say all of that, but we can't say that it was Jews that turned in Anne Frank. We can't talk about that. We can't question if 6 million was actually an actual number. It could have been less than that. And number two, what does America have to do with Hitler supposed to have done over in Germany? Why are we still sending millions of dollars to Israel when America had nothing to do with that Holocaust? See, when I keep telling y'all about building a fence around our race, the church folks said all the time, they said, Lord, build a fence. I'm saying we need to build a fence of protection, of education around who we are. Because everybody else get to when it's convenient for them. Now, don't talk about me. My facts are facts. Don't you dare challenge me. That's what's going on in the Carroll ISD school system here in Carrollton. Carrollton ISD. They don't want nobody to bring in no books or no pamphlets about asking questions of the validity of the Jewish Holocaust. But everyone named Mammy can question the validity of slavery in America. Did y'all just hear me? But anyway, I just want to share that because it's getting dark. And I think my clothes are through drying now. And I'm going to run up here and get some out of my beloved Boomer Jacks. Shout out to Boomer Jacks. And y'all check out the description box on here in this YouTube channel. I have all the information on there as far as my Cash App, PayPal. Y'all fool with me if you're cool with me. Cause y'all know I be coming off the rib with this, off right here with this, right here. And I have my book. It's still just $10 Cash App. $ Rico the Opinionist. So but anyway, I'm about to get off here. Mary Max, call me as soon as I say I'm out of here, okay? And I will talk to y'all in the future. Thank y'all for those of you who logged on. Please share this live, share this video on YouTube, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist, at your own risk. I'll talk to you later. Peace.